Hi, my name is Danielle, and I'll be telling you about how smoking should be banned in public places. Have you ever had a time where you had to cover your mouth and nose when somebody next to you was smoking, just so you didn't have to inhale the toxic smoke, and fearing that you might get cancer because of someone else's smoking? Or going to bars, restaurants, and other public places, and afterwards you see yourself heading home and taking a shower just so you could get the stench out of your hair and your skin. Not to mention the outrageous dry cleaning bills you have to pay to get the smoke odors out of your coats, jackets, and sweaters. As you can see, secondhand smoke can surely affect those who are non-smokers. So today I'm here to convince you that smoking should be banned in all public places for the well-being of those who have chosen not to smoke. And I'll do this by telling you what is secondhand smoke, the effects of secondhand smoke, where secondhand smoke is common, and what we should do about secondhand smoke. Now, the first thing is, what is secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke is a complex mixture of toxic gases and particles that include smoke from pipes, cigarettes, cigars. That's the side-stream smoke and exhaled mainstream smoke that non-smokers can breathe in. Secondhand smoke contains about 250 poisonous chemicals, including more than 50 that can actually cause you cancer. Now, the effects of secondhand smoke. As I just told you earlier, secondhand smoke can cause cancer. The U.S. Surgeon General, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, and the International Agency for Research on Cancer have all classified secondhand smoke as a known human carcinogen. So, for example, inhaling smoke can cause lung cancer in non-smoking adults. The U.S. Surgeon General estimates that living with a smoker can actually increase your chance of getting lung cancer from 20 to 30%, which relates to the report by the American Cancer Society that approximately 3,000 lung cancer deaths occur each year among adult smokers who are continuously exposed to secondhand smoke. Some research also suggests that secondhand smoke may increase the risk of breast cancer, nasal sinus cavity cancer, and the risk of leukemia and lymphoma. Next, I'm going to talk about the effects of secondhand smoke that has on your heart. An estimated 35,000 to 62,000 deaths are occurred from heart disease in people who aren't current smokers but are exposed to secondhand smoke. This is because continuous exposure to secondhand smoke can narrow and harden the arteries, which carries blood to your brain and your heart. Therefore, continual exposure to secondhand smoke can nearly double the chance of you getting cancer. Now, the saddest part is that secondhand smoke can affect the health of children. Almost 60% of U.S. children of the age 3 to 11 years old, or about 22 million kids, are exposed to secondhand smoke. The 2006 U.S. Surgeon General's report reached some important conclusions, saying that secondhand smoke can cause premature deaths and diseases in children. Children exposed to secondhand smoke are also at an increased risk of sudden infant death syndrome, acute respiratory infections, ear problems, and more severe asthma. Smoking by parents can cause breathing symptoms and slow lung growth in their children too. This is exactly why people like my father who have asthma and a family history of heart attacks are vulnerable to secondhand smoke, as well as little children, as my sisters, can be easily affected by secondhand smoke. This is why if our family decides to go out to dinner, it's more hard for us, and we might get worried if somebody else next to us was smoking, and we might have to, that might ruin our family dinner. So that's why it's very important that places like restaurants have smoking bans in Publix. This can relate to what I'm about to tell you on where secondhand smoke is common. More than 126 million non-smoking Americans continue to be exposed to secondhand smoke in homes, vehicles, workplaces, and other public places like restaurants, shopping centers, public transportations, schools, and daycare centers. Out of these places, the workplace is a major source of secondhand smoke exposure for adults. The Surgeon General has said that smoke-free workplace policies are the only way to do away with secondhand smoke exposure at work. An extra bonus other than protecting non-smokers is that workplace smoking restrictions can actually help the smokers quit. Now to talk about what we should do about secondhand smoke. I know there are some concerns about smoking bans probably ruining businesses, but this is not true because there is no proof that going smoke-free can be bad for business. An analysis of the 2003 New York smoking ban by the city's health department proves this well by showing how business and tax receipts in bars and restaurants were up by almost 9% after the first year of the ban. In addition, it showed that employment in such establishments had increased by over 10,000 jobs. That is the highest increase in more than 10 years. So going smoke-free can actually be good for your health, for business, and the economy. Now we need to make sure that local, state, and federal authorities enact public policies to protect those who are non-smokers from the exposure of secondhand smoke, and for children, so they don't get tobacco-caused diseases and addiction in all public places. And finally, I just told you about the many effects of secondhand smoke, what secondhand smoke is, where it's most common, and what we should do about it. Remember that not only does smoking hurt the person who is smoking, but as I've just told you, recent scientific and medical evidence shows that the dangers associated with secondhand smoke are extremely serious and relevant. This takes the wind out of the saying that says, I chose to smoke, so it's only my body I'm hurting. When you smoke in public, you are affecting those around you. To learn how you want to be involved in helping to promote laws to reduce exposure to secondhand smoke, you can visit the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, which is www.acscan.org, and you can see what's happening across the country, and you can also go to your state's page to see what's happening there. Okay, that is it. Thank you for listening.